What's going on, my friends? Sorry about my hand there. I tend to do that quite a bit, man. It's been a while since I've got on to holler at you guys, and I do hope that you're well. It dawned on me that about a week and a half, we got royalty statements coming. If you are with BMI, you got a royalty statement coming at you here on the 18th of this month, and it should be cool. I'm excited always to see that. It's like, it's always great to open that statement. I almost really don't want to look at my bank account the day before, because lately BMI, like midnight before or day before, your money's in there for the statement. I want to open that statement. It's like open up a present. I want to see it all and pray I'm never disappointed, that sort of thing. So, but some time ago, if you've ever watched the video, I use Reason as my digital audio workstation, my recording software for many years. I love it, don't get me wrong. The good thing is that I can use it now with what I'm using now. I can also use Persona Studio One's instruments and effects in Logic Pro. I've since started using Logic Pro, and I love it. And I've needed a DAW like this, and I never, of all things, much to my amazement and to my surprise, I never thought I'd be saying it, that Logic Pro was the DAW that works for me, because I need the ease of usability in my workflow. And there's a lot of things I have to get done, a lot of music, and I can't have hiccups, and I can't have all this stuff going on that's going to fail me, and I can't have the DAW that's not where everyone else is that should be. And it's disappointing. It really is. It's so disappointing. I did a video months ago, back in September, October. I think I was either in Las Vegas or I was in Los Angeles, one of the two. I was traveling on the road, and I talked about Reason. It was a lengthy video, and it was a hear me out video. Some of you saw it, and if you haven't, go back and find it. With the reason why no pun intended, the reason why my video for today is, the reason of what I'm talking about today is about recording software. I mean, if I can get that out correctly, my apologies. It's tongue-tied when you start using the word reason with other contexts. But anyway, I started talking about how they failed to really step up to the plate and really get a lot of the updates and a lot of the tools that needed to be in that DAW. I loved it, but if it's not going to improve, I'm going to have to go use something else. And I've had to go use Logic Pro. And I know Reason watched that video, because I got an email saying they did, and there was comments and other people, and, no response. And I didn't expect it. That's okay. I'm not too really worried about that. I'm not worried about that at all. But, if you're new to recording music or looking for a good DAW, digital audio workstation, some good recording software, it's going to take you, if you're new to it, it's going to take you a while to find when it works for you. You're going to start out with one, it's going to be great, but then you're going to see features and start seeing things, and it comes down to what works best for you. It doesn't matter what you use. I've said it before. I had a comment, I think it was this morning or yesterday, that the guy said, I bought some other things and I'm switching to Ableton. I think it's worked best for me. I can use Reason still as a VST or some other things, and that's okay, but it's just disappointed me too, and I don't blame him. I'm not going to say, you just use Logic Pro. No, use what works for you. That's what's best here. It doesn't matter if it's Cakewalk, which is free, by the way. If you're looking for a DAW that you don't want to have to pay for, Cakewalk I hear is amazing. I haven't used it, but I've heard good things. There's a lot of videos on it. Go watch about that. But Logic Pro hasn't had a paid update in 6 or 7 years. They haven't needed to. They've kept it update. They didn't feel they needed a paid update, but they've done amazing with it. And I've seen, where there are things I'm probably going to have to. I have to get used to different key commands and different things, and that's okay. It's a part of that. Some things I have to live without, and some things I have that I like. And the overall is that the ease of my workflow and a lot of the editing and the stuff in the sequencer I love. And that's why I'm using it. I missed a beat. It didn't take me a month or two to have to relearn that. Just a day or two to really get myself acclimated with Logic Pro, because I understand if you work with a lot of these DAWs over the years, and you understand that there's things that's easy to get through them. You just have to understand the key commands or certain features, and you learn it. You learn it big time. But Reason, it was just disappointing, because Reason's now doing all these, like a bass generator and all these players and stuff, and that's all great and fine and dandy, but not all that is really helpful for me or going to apply to me. I may pick up and use it one day for something. I don't know what I would do, but if they're going to have a DAW, they need to work on that. And I've told them, I don't need to tell them again. It's okay. They're going to do what they want to do. But I'm going to tell you, they lost customers, a lot of them, because this Reason 12 upgrade. You know, and it boils down to, how do you develop a product? How do you develop a product and not know that it isn't ready for the consumer, that it has bugs? How are you, the developer, not know it's ready for release? And I think, to be honest, Reason may have had some money issues. They need to bring in some capital and release it early and go, okay, well, we're going to apologize for it. Backpedal, we're going to get this stuff done. We apologize. Maybe we shouldn't have released it so soon. It's just a lot more than what came about in 12 that needs to get better for Reason. I can tell you right now, it's so much more. And it disappoints me. It really does. You know, I love Reason still, don't get me wrong, but I've got to go with what works best for me. I really do. And there are videos out there now of people, you know, talking about how, well, you know, they gave it a decent review, but they're disappointed in it overall. Hopefully it'll get better. But the thing is the mistake Reason made was this. When Reason started going, hey, Reason's a VST now. And they started using it in Logic Pro and other DAWs and in Ableton. That was a mistake they made, because people are like, well, why am I using Reason? Why don't I just go use Logic Pro and Ableton? They start looking up videos and start doing it. And now people are buying Logic Pro and Ableton and Cubasis and other DAWs, and Reason's there for their instruments and effects, but they've walked away from the DAW as a whole. And a lot of them didn't upgrade Reason 12, because that came before then. So you're going to see this sometimes with software developers. It's frustrating, but, you know, a lot of them know that, you know, we've got to progress. We can't release this stuff and we know it's something worthy, you know. And they've got this Reason Plus now, all these subscriptions, which I'm not about going subscription with any DAW unless it's something like Outputs Arcade, which is like a sample-based machine. It's not really something you keep as a software, and I don't use that a lot. It's like $10 a month, or if you're doing Loop Masters, you know, with Loop Cloud, with the samples and stuff, which I started using over Splice, because it seems like there's so much more in it and so much more that you can do with that if you're looking for something occasionally to chop up and add to your productions. And occasionally I will do that. And I'm not talking about using the loops to lose them. I'll chop points and stretch them, little textures, and add things in that really enhance your production. That's for another conversation. But just keep in mind, as my point of this video is to don't get so frustrated, because it's going to take you a little while. Even if you're going through that now and you've been doing it for years like me, and been doing it a long time, long time. And I think I found a DAW that I'm comfortable with that for years to come I'll be able to do. As long as Apple keeps it updated and keeps it real, we're good, you know. I'm okay, you know. And, you know, Logic Pro is only $200. And, you know, people have bought Logic Pro, they've had it for the last 6 years, haven't had to pay an upgrade 7 years. I think it was 7 years ago when the last upgrade was to 10X or something. I wasn't using it then, I don't know. I have no clue. But, you know, other than that, all is well. I'm just getting a lot of production music done. I want to get on more and more, talk a little bit about production music with, you know, a lot of music licensing. I know some of you, you know, tune in for that. And you've got any questions, anything you want me to talk about, let me know. I'll talk about it. Maybe it's something I haven't talked about. What works for me. As I've said before, I'm not the be-all, end-all. I don't claim to be. I'm not going to be one of these guys teaching a course. I just like to get on sometimes and talk about what works for me, talk about the business. Maybe learn some things, man, from you guys, because that's what it's all about. We're in these Facebook groups to learn. Sometimes it becomes a bickering match, or someone's opinion's better than the other, or sometimes, unfortunately, you see some negativity in these groups, and you just have to ignore it. It's okay. Somebody might have a snide comment to say about your comment. Ignore it. It's okay. It's not that big a deal. Maybe it's just they're having a bad day or something. But we learn from each other, and that's what I get on here as well, because some of you guys really can put some good insight. I've gotten always a lot of great ideas and learned a lot of cool stuff from people who watch this, people in the Facebook groups, but a lot of YouTube channels that I follow, and I've mentioned some of those guys, and go follow them because I'm telling you, they're fantastic. I've mentioned some in past videos, and you know, if you got any questions on that, let me know. But other than that, I'll get on more from time to time and check with you guys. But I was just thinking about the day because I was watching a video from a couple of people who started talking about Reason, and it's not good right now for that. For what I don't think they call it Propeller Heads anymore. It's just Reason Studios is their name. They rebranded that about a year or two ago. They rebranded it, but they've made some mistakes, and hopefully they'll fix them. You know, that's just like a lot of companies out there. They dig a hole sometimes they're going to have to get out of. So, but I'm loving Logic Pro, and any tips and tricks y'all got on that, let me know if y'all are Logic users out there, because it's always a work in progress, my friends, and I hope you guys are well. Again, on the 18th, royalty statements come out, and I hope it's a good one for me, and I do hope it's a good one for you. And we'll talk to you guys soon on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Be cool. Have a great one. Bye.